What's going on, and welcome back, everybody, to the North American Strikers League, week number 9. Tried to say two things at once there. Not going to be possible. We're going to kick things off here with the BANG.EKC Bonanza taking on Last Call. So that's certainly going to be an exciting matchup, and it's one between two teams that we both watched take wins in the first block of last week. But definitely two teams that are a little bit hot after having won their last couple of games. Last Call effectively eliminated from playoffs contention already, but have been making a bit of a late season surge anyway. And then BANG.EKC Bonanza, they still have plenty left to play for. They are at 5-3. They are currently in the 4th seed, but they're going to want to fight to defend that 4th seed.
Going into the first match of the final week, we saw the BANG.EKC Bonanza fielding a relatively unused Kai forward on Scyther 12. On the other side as well, we saw a bit of an unusual sight, with Tragic hopping into sub for Borg on the midfield slot on Atlas's lab. The first set of the series went pretty quickly over to BANG.EKC, with a 3-0 sweep to send the teams to the next set. Set 2 felt pretty similar, with BANG.EKC taking the first 2 points, but this time with Last Call able to catch the Bonanza off guard in order to take a quick goal 3. BANG.EKC was then able to hold their final barrier against Last Call's power play, and with a quick respawn from Scyther, was able to knock the core into the net to send the teams to a third set. Set 3 looked to be the same shades of the previous set, with BANG.EKC securing the first 2 goals, dropping the next one to a strong offensive from Last Call, and then scoring a final goal to close out the set and first game of the series. In the first set of Game 2, we already started to get to see Last Call making waves, with a very close goal 5 scenario for the teams. Unfortunately for Last Call though, BANG.EKC were able to close out the first set for themselves. Set 2 saw Last Call able to make a few strong plays to get the core around the defense of BANG.EKC, and they were able to take the first goal in the set, drop the second, but then continue on to take goals 3 and 4 in order to even up the score on Oni Village. Set 3 was really close between the teams, going to a goal 5 with both teams looking to take the set and the advantage. With a great flip into Barrage from Tragic, Last Call were able to end up taking the set. After a pretty close goal 5 scenario once more though, the Bonanza were able to send the core into the net to close out the point and set to send the teams to a 5th and final set of the game. Game 1 and the most recent set didn't end up hurting Last Call though, and they were able to take the next set in a 3-0 sweep over the Bonanza to send the teams to a Game 3. This next game took place on Demon Days, and BANG.EKC Bonanza locked in, taking the first set in a 3-0 sweep, and then the second set in a 3-1 win after dropping the second point. Set 3 widened the gap further for the Bonanza, and after taking the first, third, and fourth goals and dropping goal number 2, they were able to close out the series 2-1 over Last Call.
In game number 3 by BANG.EKC. Liari guiding it towards the top. LC.BUNN arrives with the core flip and sends it into the goal. BANG.EKC Bonanza will move on up to a 6-3 finish in the regular season. That should lock them an upper bracket playoffs berth. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us during the break. We are about to get into game number 2 of the final week of the regular season for Nassel Season 4. It is going to be Showtime taking on Lob City. Lob City still looking for their first win, and this is going to be their last chance to be able to do so. But meanwhile, on the side of Showtime, they are part of that 4-4 mass, Stendar, so they need wins here to be able to move up and get themselves either a berth into the playoffs straight up, or at least some tiebreakers to be able to do so. Because if they aren't able to close this one out, it's a good chance that EKC Cosmic Calamities, that they're going to be able to do it, and they're just going to kick them right on out.
Both of the teams in this match ended up seeing a starting roster change for the final week, with Mystic and Megaverse both dropping to the sub role, and Barcode and Kilius stepping up to fill the holes left behind. This doesn't mean they couldn't play though, and Mystic was still on the field in his typical midfielder role, and Kilius was in the net instead of shapeshifting. Showtime were able to pretty confidently take advantage for most of the game, dropping the first goal in sets 1 and 2 to Lob City, but then taking the sets with 3 goals in a row right after. In set 3, Showtime looked even more powerful, and were able to take the set and the game in a 3-0 sweep, only dropping 2 points overall. Showtime kept this momentum going into Game 2 as well, scoring the first set in a 3-0 win, going into the next set and scoring another 2 goals to keep the pressure flowing. Lob City showed some signs of life this set though, scoring goals 3 and 4 in order to send it to a goal 5, before Showtime reclaimed their pressure once more to close out the set 2. Set 3 saw another goal 5, this time with a little bit of a back and forth between the teams before Showtime were able to score the 5th point and close the series out 2-0 without dropping a set.
It's back into Xianzhu's hands, who gets it over to Joker. Joker trying to send it into the goal. Another big shot coming through with the Maximus and just forcing it through. Kilius can't keep up the defense. 3-2 again. Showtime coming up with the sweep. 2-0 on the day. Lob City will go 0-9. Showtime 5-4 as they continue their hunt for playoffs.
Oh yeah, dude. We got BOZO Bunch and Cosmic Calamities, two pretty strong teams right now. We can see that BOZO Bunch is currently at 3-5, but they actually kind of have to win this one to make their way, or at least have a chance to get the playoffs here with a couple of unusual tiebreakers. And Cosmic Calamity is kind of a newer face as a whole into the North American Strikers League, but they are 4-4 right now. Also kind of have to win this one. You don't really want to find yourself a 3-5 after week 9.
Starting off the series, we saw Gates of Obscura picked out from the Calamities, but the BOZO Bunch were the ones who started out the series of the fight. They were able to take the first set in a 3-0 sweep before going into the next set with some pressure from the Calamities this time. The Calamities were able to take the first point, drop the second one to the Bunch, and then came back in goals 3 and 4 in order to tie up the first game. The next set saw the Calamities go up 2-0 pretty quickly over the BOZO Bunch before dropping the next two in what looked like a potential sweep, right up until Kotone and Killmonk were able to force the corner of the net in a very strong offensive to set themselves up 2-1. After going up 1 point though, the BOZO Bunch were able to take the next two, setting up a potential set 5 scenario until the Calamities scored the next one, putting themselves at match point before the BOZO Bunch were able to close out their final point in the set, sending us to a set 5. This set win for the BOZO Bunch proved to be pretty big for them, and they went to the next set and closed it out in a quick 3-0 sweep to take Game 1. The first set of Game 2 predicted another very close game, and after a close goal 5 scenario, the Cosmic Calamities were able to pick up the next goal to take the first set. Set 2 saw the Calamities feeling very confident, and they were able to pick up 3 quick goals for their trouble in order to go up 2-0 over the BOZO Bunch in sets. The Bunch locked in though, and after dropping the first goal, they were able to take the next 3 in a row through some incredibly close plays. The BOZO Bunch then were able to take the first goal in set 4, but then the Cosmic Calamities followed up with 2 of their own goals to put themselves at match point again. The BOZO Bunch kept it going though, scoring another 2 goals in a row in order to keep themselves in the game and try to complete the reverse sweep. After scoring the first 2 goals, the BOZO Bunch were in a very good spot to close out the game, but not after the Calamities took a few kills onto the Bunch and took the next goal. The BOZO Bunch went into the final point of the game with the power and energy on their side, using a couple of flips to knock out Kotone and Natty, before closing it out in a super close set 5 game.
And forgot is staggered, and there's just nobody left to defend anything, and BOZO Bunch does end up winning it here, with their last hopes being Bang Bang as victory to try to get them into playoffs. And Cosmic Calamities could be in shambles at this point. Welcome back, everybody, to Week 9 of Nassel Season 4. Just moments ago, we just had BOZO Bunch play against Cosmic Calamities. BOZO, of course, taking it 2-0 in that series, which is, of course, a big deal here. Now, BOZO does have a chance to make it into playoffs here if Bang Bang can actually secure a win here for their tiebreakers.
EKC were the previous finalist in NASL Season 3. And this is something that right now they're in contention to either make or break playoffs, right? This is the match that they need to get in. They have to win this against Bang Bang, who've had a phenomenal showing this entire time.
Bang Bang started the series out pretty convincingly, scoring the first 2 goals before dropping the next point, then closing out the set over Iris Keaton Club. Bang Bang kept their momentum going into the next set as well, and were able to take set 2 in a 3-0 win over EKC, before going into set 3 and providing the same pressure we've seen for the whole game, dropping goal 3 but taking goals 1, 2, and 4 pretty convincingly to close out the first game in just 14 minutes over EKC. Going into Game 2, we saw the same Kai midfield and Finny goalie that we saw in Game 1, and we saw the same 3-1 set win for Bang Bang as well, taking the first 2 goals and dropping the next one only to close it out right after. This only lasted so long though, and EKC were able to take the next goal 3-1 after dropping the first point, going into set 3 and dropping goal 2 before closing it out and putting themselves up 2-1 in the game. Set 4 was more of the same, with EKC taking the first 2 goals before dropping goal 3 to Bang Bang, and then closing it out to tie up the series 1-1. Game 3 saw Drew's Kazan taking the stage for the first time this week, and after dropping the first set in a goal 5 scenario, Bang decided that they wanted to win. EKC were able to take the first points in set 2, but their pressure slowed to a halt as Bang locked in and took the next 9 goals in a row, taking sets 2, 3, and 4 over EKC in what had originally looked to be a pretty close Game 3.
Amounts of strong, and Soren is still kind of holding it down though, as this is an overtime, and the topspin is going to not only stop the ball, hold the ball, and send the ball, because why wouldn't Kazan just have a do-it-all on everything? I'm sorry, I'm not raging Kazan. Really, congratulations here to Bang, and congratulations to Bozo Bunch for getting the only thing that keeps them alive in this, in Nassau, really. That's incredible.
Welcome back to Season 4 of the North American Strikers League. We've got one last match this season, Yoshi. Surely nothing will go wrong.
Nothing could ever go wrong. Everything will be fine. We've got Demons Raw versus Sad Boys, the legendary matchup sealing out this season. Both teams going at it for a shot at first seed.
The Sad Boys vs Demons Raw was the final match of the regular season, and pretty important for playoffs, with the winner getting to pick who their round 1 opponent is going to be against the 3rd and 4th playoff seeds. The Sad Boys won the first set pretty convincingly, taking a quick 3-0 win, only for the Demons to come back just as strong, returning with their own 3-0 set over the Boys and rewarding Kaine with Monumentalist for his now. For the 3rd set in a row though, we saw another 3-0, this time from the Sad Boys as they went up 2-1 over Demons Raw. Set 4 finally saw a non-3-0 on the scoreboard, with the Demons taking the first 2, but with the Sad Boys following up with 2 of their own to set up a match point over the Demons. Demons Raw were able to close out the set for themselves though, sending the game to a set 5 before the Sad Boys scored once more over the Demons, dropped goal 2, and then were able to get the next 2 goals with an ace as the cherry on top to close out the game. Game 2 saw the Demons and Sad Boys take turns getting points and dropping points, with the Sad Boys scoring the 1st, 3rd, and 5th points to take set 1. Demons Raw didn't let that stop them though, scoring over the Sad Boys and taking the 2nd set in a 3-1 before keeping the momentum going, taking set 3 in a 3-0, and just as confidently scoring the next 3 goals in a row to win with almost 9 goals straight to put the teams at 1-1 into the final game of the series. Game 3 wasn't nearly as close though, and with Demons Raw down 2-0, they were able to get the next 2 in a row to potentially make a comeback before the Sad Boys shut them down to close out set 1 with Vaughn's Iron Spear. The Sad Boys kept this momentum going and were able to then close out set 2 in a quick 3-0 as well. The Sad Boys got one more goal for themselves before we saw another back and forth, with Demons catching the next one, the Boys getting goal 3, and the Demons grabbing goal 4 to force Demons Raw into a make or break scenario if they wanted to close out the week with a win. The Sad Boys were too powerful though, and after some fast pressure they were able to close out the game, set, and match over Demons Raw.
X-Max, this was out, Firewall Century, Bells is there, and the Sad Boys will continue to beat Demons Raw. They will be at the top of the standings at the end of the regular season, and Demons Raw will not find their revenge today.